Thanks, guys. Well, we got a lot to talk about today in the world of sports. A lot of baseball, football, and even some MMA. But we're going to start things off with the world of baseball, as the San Francisco Giants have just won the World Series. They defeated the Texas Rangers 4-1. And you must be asking yourself, really? The San Francisco Giants winning the World Series? And all I can say is yes. This World Series, though, however, can be described as two little teams who could, as the Texas was a franchise that many baseball experts said wouldn't even make the playoffs. Mix that with manager Ron Washington getting arrested for cocaine possession, and things looked terrible before the season had really gotten underway. But the Rangers rode the pitching talents of Cliff Lee to take them all the way to the World Series. The Giants, on the other hand, were a team that had the skills to pay the bills, but just needed to work it out as a collective unit to get the job done, as this was proven in the postseason, with strong pitching from Tim Lincecum, great hitting from Edgar Renteria, and my favorite, dashing Cody Ross. And all-around great defense helped the San Francisco Giants be the Giants of baseball. And on a side note, this may be the closest Toronto Blue Jay fans get to a World Series, as the Blue Jays, before the franchise even started back in 1976, almost became the San Francisco Giants. But let's keep that on the DL, as Torontonians have a tough enough time being sports fans, especially in that city. We're going to move over to the National Football League, and this season has proved that there is no sure thing in life. As we're now about halfway done this season, I've decided to give my little report card and look at some teams whose seasons look to be like Milli Vanilli's career. Over. We're going to take things a look at my personal favorite team, the Buffalo Bills. The Bills had little hope going into the season, but never did I think they would play this poorly. You know, like they could maybe win at least one game. Granted, Buffalo has shown some signs of strong football in the past 2 weeks, taking both Baltimore and Kansas City into overtime. But the team as a whole is more problems than the Osborne family, as their offense goes 4 and out on crucial drives, their defense and especially their special teams can't catch a cold, which costs Buffalo valuable field position and lets the other teams make it rain more than Fat Joe in the end zone. The Bills next week take on the Chicago Bears at the Rogers Center in Toronto, where I will be attending. And all I have to say is knock knock. You must be wondering who's there. Owen. Owen who? It's going to be 0-8 for Buffalo. We're going to look at team number 3, the Washington Redskins. And to borrow a phrase from Adam Sandler's film, The Waterboy, the Redskins fans are going, oh no, we suck again. And really, Redskins fans shouldn't be surprised, as every offseason, Redskins general manager Daniel Snyder throws his money around more than Ted DiBiase and thinks that buying players is going to bring great success. Last season, it was defensive end Albert Haynesworth, whose Haynes boxes were sagging really low, as he couldn't even pass a fitness test this year. And now, his diamond-in-the-rough quarterback Donovan McNabb was benched for his poor performance against the Detroit Lions. Yes, those Detroit Lions. And to add insult to injury, the Redskins are going to give ex-Raider quarterback Jason Jamarcus Russell a tryout. So Redskins fans can now expect your football team to be more inexperienced and more out of shape in the weeks to come. Team number 2, the Dallas Cowboys. Well, how about them Cowboys this year? A team that was picked by many to go play in the Super Bowl, which coincidentally is going to take place in Big D. The Cowboys, whose offense on paper looked to be as stacked as Pamela Anderson, has come out as flat as Callista Flockhart. The offense has looked bad this year, but now they are going to have to do it without star quarterback Tony Romo, who is out 6 to 8 weeks with a broken collarbone. And now they're going to have to rely on starter John Kitna to get the job done. Kitna, who has not won a game as a starter since 2004 with the Cincinnati Bengals, is definitely going to be in for the long haul. That, coupled with a tough schedule where Dallas will play all but 2 teams who are on the path of the playoffs, and the Cowboys fans are wanting heads of Coach Wade Phillips, you guys may as well say Big D is in big trouble. And lastly, the team I'm so disappointed with and think they're done will be the Minnesota Vikings. I mean, what the hell is wrong with this team? First, they go through the soap opera in the offseason with Brett Favre, with his should I retire or should I not retire. Then they go through Penisgate, where Brett Favre was caught of sending a text message back when he was with the New York Jets to a New York Jet female media reporter. Then they get Randy Moss, who looks like things are going to be great for them. Then they release him. I mean, this team is more bad news bears than, well, the bad news bears. You couple that with the fact that this team last year was in the NFC Championship game, things are not looking the same. So to me, it's going to be the Vikings, like how the Vikings used to be in the olden days where the winter would ride them out. The winter's going to ride out Minnesota of the playoffs. That's it for me at sports. Back to you, Dan and Zach.